Welcome back to the Express at the Burnaby Village Museum, famous for the restored tram and the carousel. It's a slice of life from the 1920s. And this summer in Vancouver, it's a chance to see what life in Burnaby was like back in 1912 with their new exhibit. But speaking of life, we've got some new life up next on the Express. A couple bald eagles made headlines recently for being the first born into captivity in BC. And this summer, the community has a chance to watch as they learn to spread their wings.
Cultus Lake Water Park's Big Summer is brought to you by Cultus Lake Water Park.
Life is full of wonder when you're a baby bald eagle, and for this brother and sister duo, it's not just them looking wide-eyed at the world, it's also the first time for us to see eaglets born in captivity in this province.
So they're the first baby bald eagles hatched in BC that we know of, so we're obviously very proud of them and excited to announce their arrival. They're about 35 days old at this point. They hatched at the beginning of May to resident parents Hank and Shia.
The young eagles won't be given names until they start to fly at about age 3 months. They're adjusting well to life at the Pacific Northwest Raptor Center where they're being raised, but things weren't always this smooth.
Unfortunately, we had some parenting issues in the first few days, which has resulted in them being raised with us as well as their dad, which has been kind of an interesting scenario.
The babies are the offspring of 2 members of the flying team at the center, Hank and Shia. The adult pair bonded, built a nest, and started courting. The result? Eggs which hatched and produced these 2 young fledglings. And although we may think there's nothing cuter than little eagles, it wasn't enough to keep their mom happy.
Unfortunately, a few days after the babies hatched, we found the female was beating up on the male. So Shia was kind of really aggressive to Hank, and she actually gave him a few little wounds, so we pulled him out.
Efforts at trying to raise them as a family of 4 failed. The 2 babies were eventually put back with their dad, Hank. Things are now going well, and they're developing as they should. Workers at the center say their dad prefers to stay out of the limelight, leaving the kids center stage. Assisting in parenting are the human caregivers at the center who watch with wonder as these 2 youngsters grow right before their eyes.
So we feel like proud co-parents at this point in time. The dad, Hank, is with the babies. They're with him all day, except when we bring them out for short periods of time to keep them comfortable and familiar with us. But at the same time, they're learning all about being bald eagles from Dad, who's spending a lot of time with them.
The birds have distinct personalities, the female being larger and the male, who is older, being a little more advanced in development. He recently discovered that he had wings and enjoyed showing his sister how they worked.
She's probably 2 days younger than him, which is very typical in raptors. They lay their eggs and they hatch them asynchronously, which is basically an insurance policy to food resources becoming less available. You know, if there's not enough food, unfortunately, the younger chicks won't get enough food and they won't survive.
And although the resemblance to more mature members of their species is a bit hard to see yet, they do have all of the basic features of the iconic predators that they are, albeit in a rough and tumble baby bald eagle package.
They have fantastic eyesight. They all have large eyes. They all have a sharp and strongly down-curved beak that's for ripping and tearing flesh. And they also have, all of them have 2 immensely powerful feet. That's really the key defining characteristic. They catch and kill their own prey, and they do it with their feet.
By the end of summer, these 2 should have lost their down and be in command of their wings, and they're expected to join the other raptors on the flying team at the center. And although they're a bit wobbly now, they seem to be on track. We were lucky enough to witness the female as she also discovered her wings for the very first time, and that means it will be soon that she takes her place as a grown-up member of a very special species.
They've been immensely important to us. They've inspired us in art. And they are very important in the balance in natural ecosystems. So fantastic species to have around. We're very fortunate to have a healthy population here in British Columbia of bald and golden eagles at the present time.
The public will be able to observe the 2 every day for about half an hour at noon, and they will make some visits to the Church and State Winery in Victoria. Reporting in the Cowichan Valley for Big Summer, I'm Terry Church.
Cultus Lake Water Park's Big Summer has been brought to you by Cultus Lake Water Park.
The Raptors in Duncan is open daily to October 31st. They do flying demos twice a day, and then they have other events that include short talks, meet and greets, and training sessions. If you have little people in your family, you'll love what we still have to come on today's Express. We're going to check out the huge Hong Kong Lego exhibit at Aberdeen Centre. We have more from here at the Burnaby Village Museum. But if you're looking to start a family, you got a couple steps to take first. Well, that's where the wedding bells come in. They don't just want to plan your big day, they also want to help you plan your stagette. And they suggest think less Magic Mike and more Grizzly Adams.
Hi, I'm Aubrey.
And I'm Sarah.
And we are the Wedding Bells.
I just got engaged.
And I did not. We're on an adventure to plan the big day.
In researching stag and stagette ideas, I took Aubrey whitewater rafting.
I was really excited about this.
I was scared. I'm scared of water. I have really bad asthma. And I am good on frozen water.
Shannon from Canadian Outback Adventures told us,
The water is warmed up nicely to 6 degrees.
almost frozen, Aubrey.
We also do a lot of stags and stagettes, so it's a great way for those groups to kind of take their mind and focus off of the wedding planning.
You can say that again. You would not be thinking about flowers, ribbons, poof, pink.
Speak for yourself. I'm kind of excited to have the little pink ones.
It's red.
No, it's kind of a pink.
I, for one, was thinking about safety.
Safety first. The safety demo was fun.
Never lost a life jacket.
Haha, funny.
Speaking of funny,
All right, here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
that's actually the last time I was picked up in 5 years.
Sarah kept trying to ease my tension with some real zingers. We don't have paddles.
Oh, we're already up a creek without a paddle.
Okay, Sarah, let's focus. My fears subsided when I realized that Batman was our guide. And we were off. Right away, we went through 2 little ones, then we went through these huge ones. And then you'll never guess what happened. We don't have footage because...
I couldn't work the camera.
However, the adventures of Batman are always documented.
Hold on, folks. Here we go.
Sarah, do something!
I'm trying. Aubrey, that's the wrong end of the paddle.
What do we do?
Have no fear, ladies. I'm back.
Holy Batman, that was amazing.
It was amazing how fast they got back in, how they rescued everybody.
I couldn't believe it, and apparently that doesn't ever happen. Only to us. We'd lost a few of our crew. They were safe, and Batman was bad. These folks are amazing.
I felt very safe.
Believe it or not, I did too. It validated my fear that yes, it is dangerous, but it also sort of got rid of my fear because I did it and I'm fine.
I mean, look at these brave folks. Oh, and look at the photographer.
They led the way on this outdoor adventure. We even ate worms, and look at my nails. In conclusion to this stagette research,
I think this is a great idea for a wedding, a bridal party, because you have to bond together as a team.
speaking of team, how Team Wedding Bells do? We're not a good team.
You know, we were trying together, and I think that shows a lot of team effort.
So we stayed in the boat as a team, which was good team building.
For Shaw TV, we're the Wedding Bells.
The website is CanadianOutback.com, and they offer river rafting through to September, including the Checkamoose Splash River Rafting for families, where just 5 and up gets you on the water. You're watching The Express from the Burnaby Village Museum, and we've got more family fun coming up.
Some tall ones, some short ones.
Quality Assured Collision Road Trip. Visit Hong Kong Harbour at Aberdeen Centre.
My dream has always been to be able to fly aerobatics.
Glacier Air, a 10th birthday present that's a first for the Sea to Sky Corridor. The Express, we are your local voice.
The Express is brought to you in part by Plum, fashion supplier to host Johanna Ward.
Welcome back to The Express at the Burnaby Village Museum. A chance to learn about the history of our community from back in the 1920s, and this summer from back in 1912 with their new exhibit. And if you're into history, this summer you can also learn about the history of Hong Kong at Aberdeen Centre. Their new exhibit isn't just stealing the hearts of history buffs, though, also Lego lovers.
Travel along with us as we explore the many marvelous attractions and activities of beautiful British Columbia on the Quality Assured Collision Road Trip.
We're taking a road trip today to Aberdeen Centre in Richmond, where there's a whole lot of Hong Kong to learn about in many ways. But the main way is Lego.
So the project here that I'm working on is a Lego, kind of a Lego representation of the harbor in Hong Kong, Victoria Harbor. So we're building a few iconic buildings from Hong Kong, so some tall ones, some short ones, some old ones, some new ones, as well as a beautiful mosaic of kind of Hong Kong in the sunset. All these bricks are lined up because you can imagine.
And this mosaic is an opportunity to get involved. Over 100,000 pieces will be assembled in sections by members of the community.
So here's what all these hundreds of kids have been doing. So they're making these little tiny 6x6 panels. So I'll give that to you.
Okay.
And each one of them has a little instruction sheet here.
Oh, okay. So I've got to match the colors.
That's right. Every color has a number.
So number 4 is the red one.
It's the red.
Oh, fun.
See, now her style is to do all the one color at once. So some people would do all the whole line in a row. That's what I would normally do.
I'm going for the red.
Goes for red. Handy number system up here, AS.
Once your section is built, it's added to the mosaic where it'll be part of the Hong Kong harbor scene all summer. This summer, Aberdeen Centre is celebrating Hong Kong and its history in many different ways. In addition to the Lego exhibit, there's also a recreation of a Hong Kong home, just as it might have looked in the 1950s or 60s. There's also a photographic exhibit of colorful street scenes and characters. And if you come on a weekend, you can even get a ride on this rickshaw. There are display cases filled with miniatures depicting Hong Kong street carts and mini restaurant tables full of typical Hong Kong cuisine. There's also an art mural featuring a pixelated view of Hong Kong by artist Emily Lau.
There's a school on the rooftop. Usually back in the old days, students used to have a school on the rooftop of the residential building.
Because Hong Kong is so densely populated.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Lots to learn about Hong Kong all summer long. In Richmond, I'm Kendall Harris for Shaw TV.
Entertaining and informative, the Quality Assured Collision Road Trip. Weekends on Shaw TV. Always something new and exciting.
The Pearl of the Orient exhibit, all about Hong Kong, including the Lego display, is on display at Aberdeen Centre until September the 3rd. Now, another popular thing to do in the summer, of course, is visit Whistler. You can hike and you can bike and you can lake lounge. We're checking back in with Nicole Fitzgerald. We want to know, what can you do in the sky?
Well, paragliding is becoming more and more popular. For the first time ever, Pemberton is hosting a national competition on August 5th. And in Whistler, it's Crankworks August 10th. And finally, in Squamish, aerobatic flying. It's a first here in the Sea to Sky.
When I started Glacier Air, my dream has always been to be able to fly aerobatics, so I finally got it.
A loop-de-loop dream, but pilot Colette Morin has never battled gravity. Quite the opposite. She's ignored it ever since she logged in airtime in her mother's plane at 3 years old. And now the owner of Glacier Air in Squamish has resumed her training wheels once again as she learns to fly aerobatics.
You pitch forward, and then you keep it rolling, and as you come back around. What I kept doing, though, is rolling through. I'd pitch forward as I get inverted, so I keep getting stuck upside down.
This shiny red Super Decathlon was an anniversary gift to both herself and her business. Glacier Air celebrates 10 years of mountain flying this year.
This aircraft that we have has got 180 horsepower and it's got an inverted fuel and oil system. So what that means is we can actually do inverted flight for up to 2 minutes without running out of fuel.
Hi, Colette.
Hi, Nicole. It's great to see you again.
Wonderful to see you again.
Welcome back to Glacier Air.
Thank you.
So today, we've got an adventure for you.
Yes, it sounds like it.
We're going to be flying straight and level.
Aerobatic pilot Michael Pear was hired to fly and teach. He brings 35 years of flying to Glacier Air's newly created acrobatic tours and training lessons. Acrobatic training is ideal for licensed pilots seeking to improve their emergency maneuvering. The land dweller that I am, I was looking how best to avoid trouble.
We're going to do some very gentle aerobatics.
Is there such a thing as gentle aerobatics?
Yes, the way I do them.
But it was the other G word I was worried about, G as in G-force. Unlike Colette, I'm not the kind of person who takes gravity lightly.
And then departing for northwest departure.
Our whole idea is to introduce people to the fun of aviation.
Okay, and then easing it off gently.
Gravity as a fun friend, I tried to imagine it, and when that didn't work, the views of the Squamish Valley and surrounding mountaintops blissfully provided distraction. And then it was time.
Hands on the stick and feel the rudder pedal so you feel me, right? Just lowering the nose. When 140. This is going to be quite gentle. We pull pretty hard. And over we go, right? We're looking for the horizon. There's the horizon. And easing it through, right? And out we come. There we are. As simple as that. How do you feel?
And over we went until gravity finally flexed its muscles. It's kind of like being carsick at 3,500 feet. But I didn't want to come down, and I even took a chance at the controls.
I want you to pull. Come on, pull hard, hard, hard. Over. This is better. This is really good. Look at that. Oh, you've got it. Keep it going. Pull. Hey. There's your first loop. Wasn't that good? That was amazing.
Next time, I'm logging in a few roller coaster rides beforehand. The more you fly and flip, the stronger your tolerance for G-force gets.
I've never done an activity before where my brain is like, I don't understand where I am in space or what's going on. It literally turns your world completely upside down. And what a beautiful way to see the world.
Right side up, upside down, the scope of gravity is a wide open sky with glacier air aerobatics. The only problem, when your feet hit the ground.
I'm staying in the harness because I need a couple of seconds to just calm down so I don't fall out of the plane.
A forever new perspective on gravity. I'm Nicole Fitzgerald in Squamish for Shaw TV.
The website to visit is glacierAir.com. And for you queasy stomach types like me, they also offer scenic tours. For more things to do in the Sea to Sky, Fraser Valley, and here in Metro Vancouver, here's the 411 on the FYI.
Radar's Quality Assured Collisions FYI is presented by Radar's Quality Assured Collision, an ICBC Valet accredited repair facility.
Catch the sporting action of the Rugby Sevens Tournament and Festival Saturday, July 21st and Sunday, July 22nd at Swangard Stadium in Burnaby. The Your Continent Richmond International Film and Media Arts Festival runs July 19th to 22nd at various venues in Richmond. Another centennial, the historic Lee Building, rings in 100 years with a special event on July 15th at the Heritage Hall in Vancouver's Mount Pleasant neighborhood.
Radar's Quality Assured Collisions FYI was presented by Radar's Quality Assured Collision.
Also this summer, the Burnaby Village Museum, which is open Tuesday through Sunday, is the new exhibit It Happened in 1912. It takes a look at how different life is today in Burnaby than it was 100 years ago, and also celebrates a century of service of the carousel and the restored tram. You've been watching The Express. Thanks for watching, only on Shaw TV.